Welcome everyone on Nerd TV for tonight's running of the Atlanta 200, the fifth race in the Full Throttle Sim Racing Series for the Sim Racing Point Truck Series. My name is Jeremy Stanley, and right below me here is Kenny. Kenny, how you doing tonight, man?
What is up, my fellow nerd? I'm doing good tonight. It's great to have you back in the booth. Missed you on Monday. I'm excited to get this one going. You know, it's what's the fifth race of the season. We had a crazy one last week, so I'm ready for it.
Yes, sir. Glad to be back in the booth here for this Wednesday, and I was hoping they brought the new Atlanta. iRacing helped NASCAR build the track to bring it to life in real life, and I was really hoping that we would see it, but let us down this time. But nonetheless, this version of Atlanta has always been exciting to me. I'm not sure what your track record is here, but I've always thoroughly enjoyed it. And kind of watching practice here for qualifying, I've seen a lot of good, solid runs, good trucks. It should be a really exciting race for everyone tonight.
Yeah, I know when you saw that update, you probably got a little excited and then realized just all hope was lost. But no worries, we'll have it soon enough. But yeah, no, I enjoy this track. When I did the ARCA season this last season, I got second, I think, a couple of times. So I enjoyed the racing here. It's always a good race. I was kind of looking forward to the new layout myself, but that's okay. We'll get it soon enough. But I was kind of looking to see who's got going up there, and Richie Coy's still strong, Chuck's strong. I kind of jumped in practice early. I think I was in here right as they all jumped in, so I've been watching this for quite some time now, and it's been some good battles going on.
There's a couple right now. You see it on the screen right here. A little bit of a battle here in 1 and 2. There's about 3 trucks in this little section here on the racetrack. And yeah, there's just been pretty good runs overall in this practice session tonight. I'm kind of excited to see what they got in store for us this evening and everybody else watching on Nerd TV. I had a quick mention. I was kind of looking through the stats and the practice times, and your current points leader, Zach McDaniel, I think outside the top 20, he's 4.5 tenths off the lead truck in this session. So that might be something to watch out tonight. So he might potentially have he needs to get some work done to maintain that points lead.
Yeah, I was taking a look at that too, and he had bad luck at the end of the race last week, but Casey McMullen's right there, and Richie Coy, we know he's been dominant all season, and he's running third. As we say that, Jeff actually just passed him there to take over third place, and that Oreo truck is back on the track tonight. But yeah, Richie's running third right now, fourth in the practice session. So I expect him to do another strong run and try and advance as much as he can with the points.
And then also Moreau, who would put on a huge domination of a performance last week at Phoenix, does not at this point in the server. We were really expecting him to show up and kind of redeem himself after his issue. I think he had some technical issues on the graphics end with his monitor, if I'm not mistaken, with that iRacing update that came out last week. That's what kind of faulted him into pit road after leading basically every single lap since the drop of the green flag. And at this time, does not look like he will be here. Everybody else does look like he's here. And I want to make a mention, too. Chat system is open. Dustin kind of revived it for everyone that did watch on Monday and is back here tonight on Wednesday. Brandy out there in the chat really digging the stash, Mr. Ken. The whole setup, you're growing it in some more.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it back. It's just gotta switch it up every now and then, but it'll come back, and we'll let her be the Walrus stash once again.
The Walrus stash. I haven't heard that term. You've called it some things. I haven't heard that one yet.
Yeah, that was the last stage before I got rid of it, so we'll grow it back there a little bit soon enough. But yeah, I appreciate it, Brandy. I'll keep it going for you.
Yeah, she's got to think for that stash for sure. So our producer Dustin's got some work to do to achieve that level of stashitude. I don't know if that should be coined, but I'm gonna create it. So producer Dustin has accepted the challenge. So that will be a thing. You're welcome for everyone who cringed at that word. But we got about 45 seconds left in this practice session.
Big field tonight. We got about 33 drivers so far that's on here. Matthew looks like he joined in, with a couple minutes to spare, so he's getting some laps in now. I think he's probably about 3 or 4 laps so far. So we're gonna have a big field tonight. So that'll set up for some good racing.
Yeah, it's Matthew Tremblay there in the 25. You got him on screen right now. And yeah, he needs to figure something out real quick here. I don't see him. He's right next to Zach McDaniel, actually, your points leader. So, but he's got like a minute or 2 left. After like the little checker flag comes out, you can finish your lap and whatnot. And then you got qualifying, of course. But
Nope. And then there's my keyboard lighting up saying, hey, practice is over.
There you go. That only means that it's qualifying time, I would presume, correct?
I think you're correct on that. Which you know what that's going to lead to.
That is going to lead to, I should have called it before. This was the pre-race show presented by Martin Sports, and now it's not. Now we're going to be moving to our qualifying session, which that means we're going to get these ugly mugs off the screen. Yeah, we're going to get them off the screen for you guys, and we got to thank some people that allow us to be here every Monday and Wednesday night for you on Nerd TV for the Full Throttle Sim Racing series. Which the league in itself gets always the first thank in my book, because definitely without them, we're not here. Been around since 2006, iRacing for 5 years, and I don't know if I need to sell it anymore. I've sold this place a lot with a lot of positive praising, and you've seen it on the track. The racing speaks for itself. You got 5 series across 5 different days. Please check them out at you can go both. You can go fullthrottlesimracing.net or just shorten it up and go to ftsr.net. Then we have the Sim Racing Points, the official presenting sponsor of tonight's Truck Series event. All-inclusive league points management system. And that gives you a lot of custom creation, really, with your uploads of your export for the point system and for the daily results from your race. Customized widgets for your website. And all the commands to get everything uploaded to that site is really simple and easy. No headache whatsoever. Please check all their pricing out at simracingpoints.com. And then we have Martin Sports, home of the sim gloves of all sim racing. Basically makes the most breathable and durable gloves in the sim racing world. They also have customized shirts, hats, hoodies, Nerd Swag, Nerd TV's official lineup, going to be sold only by Martin Sports. So that's coming up real soon as well. All that's going to be on martinsports906.com. And if you super nerd at checkout, you get 25% off of anything you purchase. And then we have iRacing iFlag. That is the track light system that blinks caution, or in Kenny's case, when it blinks checkered flag on his keyboard, it brings that simulation of the track into your sim rig. It's the only product out there that does anything like it. It has that really realistic feel, and it keeps you alert. When you see that yellow blink on this system, you don't miss it. It's bright. It's there. It's awesome. So that's going to be at iRacingIFlag.com. Use Super Nerd once again at their checkout for 15% off. And then we have Butt Kicker. That is, especially the Gamer 2 unit, it's one of those units that you attach to the bottom center post of your chair or sim rig, and it gives you that real-life sim racing immersion. Basically brings every bump, every feel of the car directly into your sim rig. Basically, you're at the track without being at the track. So that is, once again, the Gamer 2 unit especially, and you're going to find that at thebuttkicker.com, and use our code NERDTV for 20% off your entire purchase. And so, Kenny, we got about a minute and a half left, and I'm seeing a little bit of a shakeup here. We got Brody Hanna currently sitting at the top of the charts with a .793, the first person to run that all evening long. And then...
Who's your points leader? Sitting right there, 4th place.
Yeah, apparently he found something in that qualifying setup for sure. He was sitting back, what was it, in the mid-20s, almost 30th place.
Yeah.
And then showing up in 4th right now. Pretty impressive. I know we got a couple people haven't taken time, so that might not hold, but we'll see when things get all settled in.
Yeah, you see Richie Coy, he was, like we said, 4th there in practice. He's sitting 18th right now. Chuck Sweeting, 13th right now, sitting on the grid. So, yeah, what will shake up here from practice to qualifying, but what do we got? Yeah, we got a few trucks that still haven't ran yet.
Yeah, James Torrey, Matthew Gehringer, Brandon Elder, a couple of these fast guys out here. Matthew Tremblay did not take qualifying. I'm assuming because he joined in so late, maybe just didn't feel as comfortable with the truck. So we're going to start this one from the rear. It does look like we had a half a minute left before this.
Thinking.
Yep, same here. Before this qualifying session is officially done with. This might be one of the last few races that you will see on this surface. Eventually, they're going to kick over the new one. Hopefully, they keep the little legacy addition to the game because this track is just an amazing place to race sim-wise. I know it's a handful for all drivers out there, and you will see that tonight. They had a really nice, smoothly paved Phoenix last week, never coming to a really old surface at Atlanta. I think this, about 20 years old, Kenny, this pavement is?
I think so. That sounds about right. I'm not exactly sure on the number, but I think we're pretty close there. Well, what notebook did you bring? That's the question.
Yes, the notebook. So as of last week or 2 weeks ago, I tried bringing one and it failed miserably. So I don't bring one. I have something, like I have a little bit of something that I go off of, but it's always wrong regardless. So I guess maybe bringing one might be a little more entertaining because I'm so confidently wrong, as I like to say more recently. It might hold true tonight, but I do know for sure that the racing is going to be awesome regardless of what notebook I bring.
Yeah, I think so. And as we see right now here on Nerd TV, looks like they're taking the grid. So I think we're going to go ahead and give us your starting lineup here. Starting on the pole position, Brody Hanna. Second's going to be John Adams. Third is Nicholas Casey. Fourth is Zach McDaniel. Fifth, Andrew Policki. Sixth is Bobby Terrell. Seventh is going to be Alex Murphy. Eighth is going to be Jeff Langston. Ninth is Stephen Verman. And 10th is Sherwood Wilford.
11th place is going to be Simon Magnan. 12th place, Joe Flanagan. Starting at 13th, Chuck Sweeting, who's been putting some really strong times in practice and qualifying and getting really close to picking up some extra W's here. He's starting at 13th, and we got 14th with Martin Giro. And then 15th place will be Wayne Grassy. 16th place, Sylvain Jolly. Currently in 17th place is Chris Stouffer. 18th, Richie Coy. 19th, Kenneth Scholes. And 20th place, Mark DeBriel.
And starting in 21st is Mannix Richer. 22nd is Gil Gawk. 23rd is going to be Wayne Allen, who's been up in front of pretty much the last couple of weeks. Same with Brian Bliss starting right behind him there in 24th. 25th is going to be Claude Furlan. 26th, Casey McDaniel. Looks like he ran a 32 in that qualifying. Somebody has some little mishap there. Same with Tony Solari, 33. Starting 27. 28th is going to be Matthew Tremblay. 29th is James Torrey. 30th is going to be Matthew Gayringer. 31st is Brandon Elder. 32nd, Steve Loomis. Looks like in 33rd, Nicholas Moreau did make it, Jeremy, so we'll see if he has that fire underneath him on this one. And starting in 34th is going to be Ronald White.
He is so fresh onto the surface. His skin is not even downloaded on my end through Trading Paints. So right now he's all gray for me. But he did make it. Really surprising that he was able to pull it off and get in at the last moment. So that throws I don't know. I had no idea what to expect. I would imagine he's going to hang out for a little bit and then we might see that true speed. But
well, what we see so far, right, is I think 29 spots gained is what it is right now with Matthew Tremblay. So he's starting 33rd. If he can do it, that'd be 32. That might be a new one for the season, Jeremy.
Crazy rule to try to, or accomplishment to try to break. 29 was enough, and now you're going to call out 32. No pressure, Nicholas, but I'm sure he wants that redemption for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be on for it. So it'll be fun watching these guys come from the back. You got some fast trucks back there, so we should see some good racing coming.
Absolutely, and we got Brody Hanna at the point with John Adams. They're waiting for that pace car to make that dip down pit road to get this thing kicked off for the 5th race of the season. We see the green flag already in the hand. That's wrong. I don't know why he's got it out so early. We're waiting for them to jump to start, though.
Green.
Official green flag is out, and that flagman finally starts waving that thing as they get an even shot down entering turn number 1.
I think he confused himself on that one. He didn't know when to wave it. But as they're heading out in turn 1, you see Richie Hanna still going to be on the point on the high side. Still battling out. See if he can edge him out here coming off of 2 as John Adams is trying to look and get the momentum on the high side. Still side by side, a little bit, few trucks back.
Excellent shot here as they enter turn number 3 down that side-by-side view. And they are still side-by-side in the middle of turn number 3 coming off to turn number 4. Let's see if the 84 of John Adams and that Chevrolet Silverado can hang on. He gets a little bit of that run. They get on the top side of these corners, and they're still door-to-door in turn number 1.
And we see in the past, Jeremy, you can get a good run on that high side coming off of 4. I mean, you can date it all the way back to when Kevin Harvick won. You get the good run off the high side, you'll be able to pull it off. But as we see right here, coming off of 2, John Adams was able to take the lead as they're heading down the backstretch. So you're going to have a new leader heading into 3.
It's a good call to get single file. You want to take care of these tires on this bumpy surface for sure. And to my surprise, they still kind of nudged out Nicholas Case, who's currently sitting in third in that 86. He's about almost 10 lengths back. And then you got fourth place, already kind of spaced out, even though they were side by side. They had some dominant speed. And we got a wreck. Yep, here's the regs. The 00, the 75, the 53. It looks like Sylvain Jolly in the 08 as well. Caution is out for the first time, lap number 3.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. We got a few trucks in that one for sure. See here on the Nerd TV, check the replay and see exactly what started all this, but there's definitely quite a few in this one.
Looks like the 00 got a little bit of a hiccup there in turn number 1 with the 33. You're going to see it right here. Yep, just kind of not door check, but wheel touches. And then the 50 hits him in the back, does a little wheelie, and the 08 just nowhere to go. And then you see the 53 spinning out here multiple times. Chuck Sweeting just hits him in there in the left rear after he all kind of got slowed up, and then once again got tagged by the 50, shot him down the track. Doesn't look like crazy amount of damage. Maybe a little bit more so on the 08 and the 50 for hitting almost on the direct nose section of the truck. Outside of that, I think they're going to be okay.
Yeah, I'd like to see if we can get a replay of Christopher there going through that wreck. He avoided that one. That was a pretty good maneuvering that he did, and he's been running pretty good this season as well. He's coming into this race 7th in the points, sitting 30 points behind the points leader, but he's got 2 top 5s, 2 top 10s, of course, and so he's looking strong. But it was a great move here. We'll have it here on their TV very shortly for you.
Yeah, Stouffer definitely kicking some butt for sure. When he's on it, he is on it. So we're going to see here in just a moment or two what kind of save he had to drive through this wreck here. He's in turn number 1. He sees the wreck, and then, yeah, really nice, impressive driving there to dip it down low and just barely avoid everybody. Good call there.
Yeah, that chrome just looks so good too, so I might have wanted to see that a little bit more.
Yeah, you and Chrome recently have been best friends.
You're seeing it everywhere. Chrome, I see some of the numbers out here have a Chrome on them tonight too.
Chrome, you can never go wrong with Chrome, even when you have your door panels covered in it. So I'm definitely on your page. Chrome is awesome. It's welcomed. It's newer, especially for NASCAR in real life. You got the Cup Series rocking the numbers now, so really welcomed in my book.
Yeah, it's like that old new stock. They used to do that, the old Wood Brothers, and then kind of got rid of it, and then they brought it back, and now it's for everybody. So I think we were talking about it over here this week that there's multiple cars now that are running the Cup Series, so it's pretty cool to see.
It's also welcomed? That Oreo truck is back. Mr. Jeff Langston, that 21. You mentioned it practice to me before we went live. That's my snack. And that truck looks even better. It's got that classic Dale scheme on there. Can't go wrong with this scheme.
No, and I got some Oreo sitting in the closet, so I think after this race, they're probably going to be calling my name for sure, because you know what, though, that Fig Newton sponsor on the back, you just slap it on the windshield. Because if he's like anything like Ricky Bobby, he sure does Fig Newton, so he's going to sponsor that thing right on the windshield.
They're just loving us with all these sponsor call-outs, aren't they? But you can't turn down a good Oreo scheme or just an Oreo in general. So I had to give a shout-out to that truck. Got about, it looks like a lap and a half before we go back to green. And John Adams is going to be leading the points. Kind of impressive start there on the top side.
Yeah. He definitely had a good jump there. You can see on the start even, kind of fell back behind Brody, but had a good run off of 2. And just as we were saying, he can get some good runs on the high side. He definitely took advantage of it. So I'm expecting him to take the high side, actually, just because of how great of a start he had. But we'll see, because Brody did get him, off of 2 last time. But we'll see what happens here once they get going on the restart.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see for sure. Too early to tell what exactly to expect on this run. Saw a couple trucks make some moves, but so far the top 2 trucks look like have a lot of speed.
Yeah, looks like we have Joe Flanagan. Actually, looks like he's disconnected, so I think his might be done as well. So I got caught up in that wreck, but that's going to be one that's going to be out of this race early.
That is super unfortunate for Mr. Flanagan there. Had high hopes coming into this event and just not going to be able to continue. Unfortunate. Such an early leave, too, being on lap number 3. That definitely is going to sting. When you practice for so long, and you have to back out 3 laps in.
Yeah, and he started 12th. I mean, he had a good qualifying run and everything. We got in that wreck kind of put a couple of them. You got four of them that's a lap down now, but one of them I said mentioning was Joe, so he's actually gonna go a little bit further than that. And then you got three more: James Torrey, Sylvain Jolly, and Martin Garreau is sitting there 2 laps down. So they're gonna be trying to fight their way back through, starting early.
You got a decent amount of work to do. You want to save these tires, but at the same time, you want to get up there and put yourself in a decent position. So it's a catch-22 at this track when racing surface is so bumpy. These trucks essentially jump in the corners because of just how defined these bumps are. But we're gonna see this. Yeah, there goes the flagman. I appreciate Dustin over there trying to catch his action. This guy is on
He's on it.
He had that green flag out before turn 4. We're just going to wait for him to wave it here, boys.
Green flag.
Green flag is out. And then now he waves it. Okay, green flag is out and underway here. And this time, John Adams with a much better start and clears everybody before turn 1.
Yeah, he took the bottom side there, so I was thinking maybe he'd go on the top. But yeah, he had a great start there on the bottom. As we see kind of coming off of 2, they're actually in 2. You see Zach McDaniel fell down into that bottom lane, took the 3rd spot, but Brody Hanna's coming back on the high side as they're heading down into 3 and 4.
With that being said, here as they figure out what they're going to do, we're going to give you a little bit of a different experience. We brought it live last week, Nerd Enhanced Racing, or in Racing Decibels. Catch all the sounds of these trucks driving by. We'll be back in a couple laps, but until then, just enjoy the sounds. Alright guys, welcome back. That was the Nerd Enhanced Racing Decibels. Kind of a new thing that we've been trying out. We tried it a while ago and it's been in the back burner, but welcoming it back for this league because it brought a lot of mojo, bad mojo rather, previously. But we kept an eye on the 21 here in that Oreo machine, and then the 32 in the Hey Arnold City Ford F-150 here. I say that because of this back logo. I'm not. It just looks just like a Hey Arnold, if, for the '90s cartoon guys out there. But outside of that, the racing's been pretty good, Kenny.
Yeah. So far, you see, John Adams was kind of extending his lead, and speaking of that 32 of Andrew Palicki, I've been kind of watching him as well. He's been trying the high side, low side. He's just trying to find what's working best for him, and looks like his truck's kind of trying to struggle coming in there. He's just losing a couple spots and not seem to be finding the grip as much. But so far, good racing though all around, having some nice clean passes and good challenges up here.
Speaking of good grip, you're seeing it here. This is the first time we've also displayed this little custom free camera brought to you by Dustin there in the production booth. He showed it off there during that replay, and then he's doing really good at this, Ken. He's kind of following along, get some really good action shots there. That's all around the 32 at this point of Andrew Palicki, and I'm kind of digging this thing.
Yeah, you know how we are with new toys. We love messing with them and seeing what we can do with them. But it's showing off some good racing and everything. So We love it. Love the views that we're getting from Dustin up in the booth there. But we're having some, like you said, some great racing here. As Zach McDaniel sitting in third, but right behind him, you got Brody Hanna, Jeff Langston, and Chris Stouffer. They're all battling it right there. The three of those, and then right behind them, they got a little tight pack of 5 or 6 drivers as well.
Yeah, it's I'm surprised that there isn't more spacing out in the field than what there has been up to this point. There were about 10 laps into this green flag run almost, and a lot of people are kind of just hanging there nice and tight. You got Wayne Grassy, huge pressure from Claude Ferland there in the 43 in the middle of the backstretch. Going back a little bit, we got some side-by-side action with the 33 of Sherwood Williford alongside him, the number 60 as well of Mannix Richer, and actually, they're side by side here. Actually, turn number 4 in this little pack.
Yeah, I've been kind of watching this one as well, and they're all right there. And you got big group here. You got the 2 teammates of Tony Solari and Richie Coy there. They're kind of back here sitting in 18th and 19th, along with Matthew Tremblay right there in front of the 17th. So they're all battling their way up through the field here, trying to get to the front because they have strong trucks, and especially Tony and Richie working those setups together. And you see Brody running fourth, so they'll be up there soon, I feel like.
And I was going to mention the blue truck with the chrome finish. That's actually Nicholas Moreau, the guy who, put on the clinic until he had to fall out last week. Barely made the race tonight, started 33rd, and already up to 14th, Kenny. He's a moving.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting him to move up there fairly quick, and, 18 laps completed so far, and he's knocked off about almost 20 of them, so he's probably knocking off a person a lap. So that's pretty good numbers right there. So I expect him to be in the top 10, pretty soon, and maybe top 5 by the end of the night. But watching him come up through the field is pretty cool. As him and Brian Bliss right now racing side by side, having a good little battle here as they're heading down into turn 1 and 2. I think you're going to see Nicholas here. They'll kind of clear him as they're going to be coming off of 2.
Nicholas tried driving in hard there and had it just slightly tapped the brake because he knew he was going to push up. Finally clears the bumper of the 18 of Brian Bliss, and I'm sure he is super relieved because it looked like he was holding him up, and now he's got fresh green track in front of him up until gets up to the 85 at Gilgog.
Yeah, and as you see further ahead, got another little battle here still going on between Brody Hanna, Bobby Terrell. Those two are battling it out right now, and just behind them, Andrew Palicki and Jeff Langston in that Oreo truck that we keep talking about. So all these guys across the track here are having nice battles. We see them side by side. Some even went 3 wide at one point until they start heading the turn. Then I saw one of them back out because don't want to risk it's too early right now.
I just feel like it's kind of a little inception here. You got the 21, 32, and 43 numbers are kind of all, they have a little pattern here, so to speak. But yeah, pretty strong, impressive run here as we see a few trucks up ahead. The 13 sitting in 4th, Chris Stouffer under pressure from Bobby Terrell, trying to get into that 4th position. He's looking to bring Brody Hanna with him as well on the bottom.
Yeah, and you see Zach McDaniel coming in the picture there. They're gaining on Zach, and they're going to try and get around and catch up to the 2 leaders here, John Adams and Nicholas Casey, which they put about a second and a half there on Zach McDaniel in 3rd place, and Nicholas Casey's trying to run John down here. So, but John's trying to just they're pulling away, and completed 21 laps so far. Is on lap 22 right now of 130. Just kind of feeling it out. Do you have anything in that notebook on tires, or if not, you can just throw a guess out. You know what mine is. Mine's still whenever they come on pit road, that's when they're going to be starting their pit stop. So
your plan is going to work 100% of the time, every time.
Work 60% of the time, every time.
I mean there might be some room for error. I guess you can't be perfect on that every time, so we'll see. But as far as my notebook goes, I mean, I just know you got to take care of them tires. If I had to channel my inner Larry Mack and try to figure out what the shot is for the crew chief or the driver, I would say save them tires. The long run is really precious at Atlanta. Yeah,
absolutely. And that's how I kind of run the races. Save the tires and go up through the field and pass everyone as their tires start wearing off. But as we see here, got a little battle heading in the 3 between Brody and Andrew Palicki. Andrew Palicki's going to be taking that spot from him. Slides up a little bit. You can hear those tires sliding there, and going to have Brody right there on the back of him as they're coming across the start-finish line. I expect Brody maybe able to move back on him, but he's talking about saving those tires, and as soon as he made that pass, you could just hear those things sliding across the track there.
That's exactly what I was talking about, saving them tires. If you can hear the tires on the surface from inside the cockpit, you got some problems. Those tires are being shaved right off the core there. So You see the 32 make a good launch off of turn 2 that time around after the 23 and overheated the right or the front tires for that matter. So even just after a quick lap there, it's kind of showing up. Brody gets a pretty decent run off of 4.
Yeah, Brody's getting a nice run off of 4, and he'll get right there on turn 1. But that outside's kind of been working for most drivers tonight, especially the 32 of Angel Palicki, as he's been kind of taking it away after that. But we got, right in front of them too. You see the battle still going on for third place. Zach McDaniel still trying to hold strong with Bobby Terrell and Chris Stover right behind him. They're getting runs as well, and as you see right here, Stouffer's going on the high side trying to make the pass on Zach McDaniel. Just can't quite get there, but it's been good battle the last couple of laps here.
It's a really strong launch there off of turn number 4. 42 closes that up. Zach McDaniel going to maintain his third place entering turn number 1. And if 13 keeps running that middle to upper line, I think he's going to have to dip down low if he wants to try to clear the 42.
Yeah, I think you're correct on that one. As you see, he's getting that run on the high side, but he's not going to be able to pull it off. He's going to look low here as they're heading into turn 3 and 4. Let's see if he's going to switch it up. I see him kind of pull up a little bit, though, as they're keeping it nice and tight, though. Clean racing, though. So, these guys are rarely going to touch on something like that. They're so experienced, as we've mentioned many times before. Just the level of racing and respect here is far beyond most. So, you love to see it. But, yeah, just kind of fell back in line there. So, Christopher can get the run, just can't seem to pull it off.
Yeah, you're 100% on that appraisal and also 100% on that call there for 3 and 4, that last lap. Side draft is great until you get to the corner, and then you need that downforce on the nose to help the car turn. And when you don't have that pressure, you just get real pushy, and especially on the inside where you're kind of choked up. You can't get the launch off the corner. Makes it really difficult to gain any type of speed on the bottom. But as you see him here entering turn number 1, the outside of the 42 has been accomplished. Zach McDaniel's probably going to fall to the wayside of Chris Stouffer, who's finally cleared him for third place.
Yeah, so we see here coming on their TV. Going to get right past him. He's going to slide up right in line there. He doesn't want to lose another spot to Bobby Terrell, so he's going to try to hold on to that 4th place position. Kind of looking ahead. You still got John Adams still leading the way. Nicholas Casey's gained a little bit. I mean, he's gained a couple hundredths of them on him, kind of keeping him right there, and he might just be kind of cruising behind him right now. There's still a lot of race to go. I mean, we're still just over 100 laps remaining, so those two are just pulling away, kind of seeing how their tires are going to perform and go from there. As we see Bobby Terrell still looking to make a pass back through the field. He's just coming on the inside here, Zach McDaniel, so he's trying to take that 4th position away from him, Jeremy.
Yeah, he is. He's definitely got some pressure on him for sure. There's been a couple of packs I've actually been watching since you're making that last little call there. Around the 12, and you got Casey McMullen right behind him. You got Simon Magden. They were side by side for a little bit. They kind of spaced out as soon as I made that call out, but going back just a little bit further, you see the 25 as well, Matthew Tremblay. Looks like he's getting a little bit of pressure from the 19 there of Richie Coy, last week's winner, and it's really, really weird to see him back there currently sitting in 24th.
Yeah, kind of both of them, Matthew and Richie, sitting back there. Tony Solar, we said he was back there a little bit earlier, but he's made his way up to 16th right now, so he's slowly making his way up with Brian Bliss. They've been kind of working their way through the field, but yeah, you see Richie looks like he's got a little damage there on his hood, so probably tapped the wall a little bit. No harm, no foul, but he's could just be feeling it out or just trying to get his setup honed in a little bit and fine-tune it as they're going to come in for a pit stop. So once we see these, whether it's green flag or under caution, see this first pit stops could take underway, we'll be able to see where these trucks kind of fan out after the setup change and everything like that.
Yeah, if we got any type of adjustments, you're going to make them on the fly on a green flag stop, this being an open set. You saw 25 get loose in front of Richie Coy right before you kicked it back over to me, and 25 kind of recovered and has cleared the 19 off the exit of turn number 4, takes it solely into turn number 1. So they kind of figured out what they're going to do. Going back through the field, looks like everyone's single file up until you get Nicholas Moreau currently sitting in 13th, still gaining spots. He's looking to grab 12th from Jeff Langston.
Yeah, he's
Jeff in the wall.
Yep, see him up there a little bit, just rubbing the chocolate off of him a little bit. But slowly making his way up through the field. As this race is starting to stretch out, he's slowly but surely, he's up to 12th now. But John Adams has now stretched out his lead. He's about 0.8 ahead of Nicholas Casey and 2.5 seconds on Chris Stouffer. So We kind of seen this in the majority of the races besides Daytona, where you have one or two trucks that start this race pretty good and dominate it. As we see him gets a little loose there, John Adams, as he's coming off a four. Um, and then whether pit stops start taking over or what the case is, they kind of reel him back in, and we see a different set of drivers as the race rolls on. So kind of back to that pit stop, when those adjustments start happening, we're going to see different strategies and everything take place as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. I like to throw in my nightly dad joke here. The 15 Nicholas Moreau. One would say he's on a fast transit up to the front. They're currently sitting in 12th, starting in 33rd. So that's already 21 spots gained. He's got 11 more on his mind to take this thing home.
Ah, you so punny. Yeah, he's definitely on a rail tonight. So we'll see him battle for the lead again. I'm sure, shortly. But as we're seeing, still in this mid pack here, kind of 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, even. They're all right there with each other, going high, going low. So you can hear the tires going on some as they're heading to the turn low or high. But you see Zach McDaniel getting passed here by Andrew Palicki on the high side as they're heading into 3, and he might bring a couple of them with him, Jeremy.
They got a nice little group of trucks, 5 or 6 deep. Brody Hanna kind of leading the way at this point. The 32 gets a little loose, a little squirrely off the exit of turn number 4. It's going to choke up the 43 and give Zach McDaniel a little extra shot here. Let's see if we can find any type of grip here. Hugs the white line almost in turn number 1. And that 43, just a huge run off the top. It's really hard to defend.
Yeah, that's a huge run. You can see him just kind of pinch him down right there on the corner and get a little bit of that side draft. But he definitely had that momentum going off. And yeah, they're just bringing the train. Brody's leading it, like you said. And as we see Zach McDaniel go down another spot there, he's just kind of losing. You're going to see Wayne Grassi here is going to go around him here. So he either needs to get up to the top side, or maybe he's having some his tires are kind of going a little bit faster than others. But I think he just lost about 5 spots there in those last couple of laps.
Now, I always appreciate iRacing when it comes to the multi-groove racing. This track used to be single file when this game first came out, and it's only been a few years since they've added grip support on the upper half of the track. I know these guys, since they've been running since 2006 and or 2003, there's never been a high line, at least from a generic default track. You got to go downloading, that kind of thing. But having it outsourced in the most realistic sim out there in the world, and now you can run multi-groove like you can in real life. It's just, I always appreciate it. I don't know how many times I see that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's you love to see something like that. It's advances in the technology is just amazing now, what iRacing can do, and we're just enjoying it, racing it or watching. And as we see on their TV here, it's a great little switchover. I was actually watching this little battle here, and Dustin right on the money switched over, and it was a close call between Andrew Palicki there and Claude Ferwin. He came right across that nose there, and probably within just inches. And I thought maybe they were going to touch and put him down on through the grass, but racing battle of inches as it is. So still keeping it nice and tight here between these last top 10 drivers here that we have. So still some good battles for those last couple spots there. As we see someone on the bottom with the apron there. I don't know if he had a little loose off a turn 2 there, but he lost a couple spots. See if we can pick up who that is here on their TV. See if I can catch that for you, Jeremy.
Yeah, I already got it. Gil Gawk, turn number 2, does dip down. Just really good driving overall. Didn't get loose too bad, just enough to upset the truck. Just a really light graze. Didn't really harm anybody. Only lost to 2 or 3 spots. He's back up and running. No problem whatsoever. That also helps out the 15 of Nicholas Moreau. He was making some moves, as you were talking about. The guy's up there in 5th and 6th place, and he is all the way up to the inside the top 10 now.
Yeah, he's making his way, and as we see right ahead of him there, Claude Ferwin's going on the outside of 32, Andrew Palicki. So he's making this truck work as he's working on Brody Hanna. Looks like he's going to be trying to make a run here coming off of 4 as they're heading across the start-finish line now. But Ferwin's truck is looking strong tonight.
Hey, Arnold, Andrew Palicki machine, just trying to get it down on the bottom. And as we've seen from time and time again at this point, from Zach McDaniel especially, kind of setting the example for us. It's just really tough on this long run. The high side's so good. You see the 32 get a little loose there, at least I did. And actually, I'm going to kick it back over to my live feed. I apologize. I had it back to watching that replay from the 85 getting loose. 32 right now, run kind of up higher on the racing surface, trying to get back to the 7 of Wayne Grassi. He did drop back a spot or 2, but if he cools those tires off and takes another stab at it before the green flag stops coming through, he might have a chance to get a few more spots.
Yeah, you could have fooled me, though, because I I believe I saw him get loose actually at the same time, but I was watching the live feed, so it's a pretty good time. But as we see, it looks like Brian Bliss there kind of pushed as he's coming off the corner. Just kind of cycling through the field here, seeing if we're having, what kind of battles we have going on. Kind of watching some of these trucks as we see Wayne Grassy's going on the inside here. Brody Hanna coming off the 4, so those two are battling out. Furlan's truck, he's coming on strong late with Alex Murphy. So there is some little battles here going on as we see even Nicholas Casey right now getting passed by Bobby Terrell coming off the 2. So Bobby Terrell's truck's coming in too here in the last couple of laps. So sitting 42 laps done. I think we're going to start seeing some pit stops here within the next 5 to 10 laps. So should get exciting with these green flag pit stops coming up.
Yeah, I think I caught
42.
a draft of that. And as you say that, what's going on with the 42?
I think
he's coming down pit road.
Down.
Yep, there he goes. First truck, it looks like, on the lead lap to make that dip down. He's going to drop back a lot of ways. Hopefully, there's not a caution in his perspective, or else that kind of put him in a hole. But let's see if we can hit the mark here. iRacing with the new update tells you when you're 10 stalls back, gives you that counter, gives you that 3, 2, 1, locks it up dead center in his stall. Excellent stop. 42 Zach McDaniel's going to be sitting pretty when he exits.
Yeah, good pit stop. I did have no one come with him, but like I said, hopefully all this cycles through and he won't have any issues. But he had a great pit stop coming on. As we see a couple other ones. Looks and as we speak of the caution, there it speaks.
No.
I think I just saw it there on their TV, a little bit of smoke. But I think we also caught the 13 truck on pit road as well, right as that caution came out of Christopher.
That is tragic. What timing for you to come down pit road and then the caution comes out right away. I mean, you do have fresh tires, but that's probably going to put 42, I would imagine, one lap down. We'll find out once everything's squared away, and we're going to get that replay for the wreck that just happened there. Yeah, a couple trucks look like maybe turned 3. What did you see, Ken?
Yeah, I haven't. I was kind of trying to cycle back through, see if I can see it. I didn't spot anything, but it looks like here on their TV we see the 21. Yep. Oh
no!
We saw this, a few times this season. Just a little bit of overcorrection and that snap, and as soon as you get that snap on the overcorrection, you hit that outside wall a ton.
That was actually turn number 1, and that Oreo is
smashed.
It's crushed. It's in the milk. It's done. It's just that's heavy contact to the outside. I would imagine you got to get in the toe, and I imagine there's going to be a lot of required. He should be in that stall for a while, and that night should be done.
Yeah, and you're speaking of Zach McDaniel possibly going a lap down. I think he will be going a lap down, but as long as everyone comes through to make pit stops, he should, kind of get the wave around. So he'll have the fresher tires. It's unfortunate he'll be, in the end of the longest line. Probably put him back in 23rd or so, but hopefully that'll work out for him since that was a bad time to come down pit road. But we see pit stops right now. Everyone's pretty much on pit road.
Yep, everyone that did not make that initial stop is in to service their trucks. The people that did come down pit road right before the caution will get that wave around like you mentioned. So people like Zach, he will be on the lead lap, it looks like. But at the same time, you're running 3rd or 4th, and now you're going to be restarting this thing in like 22nd. That's just super unfortunate.
Yeah, and he's in Atlanta now. He's not in Vegas anymore, so gamble didn't pay off by doing the short pit. But he'll fight his way back. He's had a strong truck, so he's coming in as a points leader, so he's there for a reason. 3 top 5 finishes this year with 4 starts on the season. So I expect him to make his way back up through the field. As we see, the 15 there, he was making his way up. So Nicholas Moreau, he's in 12th place right now after the cycle through. So lost a couple there on the pit stop, but that's impressive. 33rd to 12th right there in that little run of 45 laps or so.
Now he's got a fresh set of tires, Ken. He could potentially get up there in the top 5, no problem. That truck is showing speed, even after driving through the field. I was kind of watching his average lap times compared to the leader, and he was running on par, if not better than the leader, after driving through 20-plus cars to get to where he was. So he might go for that record, man. We might see more than 29 trucks pass when this thing's done.
We might, and I kind of see Zach McDaniel's actually on pit road now, so he might not have got that wave around. So he might be looking for another yellow to come out to get the lucky dog, because he would be the first one to receive it. First truck 1 lap down, the next one back 4 laps down of Jeff Langston, who was just involved in that wreck. So I don't expect him to be kind of gaining on him after that heavy damage. But it does look like Tony Solari and Christopher might have got the wave around there on that one. That's going to put them on the end of the lead lap in 22nd and 23rd.
Yeah, you're not wrong as far as not getting the wave around. I think the rule is to receive that wave around, that free pass, you have to not pit and you have to be in front of the leaders when the one to go is signaled. And he will not be there, obviously. So I think he will be starting this thing one lap down, which I don't know the call. I don't know if the stop looked clean. I think he got full tank of gas and 4 Goodyears. So there might have been something else wrong with the truck or with the setup to get it retweaked. But that puts him from, contending to now one lap down and hoping for a lucky dog.
Yeah, because we see it looks like Christopher's actually in that. And that's, yeah, he is coming down pit road again. So maybe he's, something that we don't know. But yeah, you see a couple trucks right there. It was Christopher and I think it was the 00 there of Steven Verman. They were up in front there. So they got the wave around. They'll be coming around here, he's going to be on the tail end of the lead lap, 23rd. But that'll put, your top two here is going to be John Adams and Nicholas Casey. We saw those two battling out, but Bobby Terrell is coming on late there, and he's going to be restarting third. So, I expect Bobby to try and push this one on the start and try to take over that top spot from John, who's been basically maintaining it the whole night.
Yeah, John's been putting on a clinic so far, and his restarts have definitely been on point. It's helping his cause here. But he's got Nicholas Casey, who's going to be new to the top side there. Let's see if he can maybe do something with the 84. And then Bobby Terrell sitting there in third place in that 4 Chevrolet Silverado. He's been coming through the field a little bit here. Started 6th, but he's impressively moved his way up to 3rd. When these trucks up in the front few rows have just been so dominant up to this point. Early green flag once again by our courtesy flagman, and he finally lets it go as they're basically crossing the line. And once again, John Adams with an excellent start into turn number 1 clears everybody.
Yeah, John Adams going to be there, followed by Nicholas Casey following right behind him. And then as we see side by side for about 6, 7, 8 rows back, as they're coming off of 2 now. John Adams still clearly leading the way here tonight. Strong truck, but we got some battles here. Oop, got one in the wall here. Is that Nicholas Moreau that's in the wall?
That is the 15. Nicholas Moreau gets that little kink out there. Essentially, the safer barrier makes a little kink inward, and he found it with his right door panel. He lost a couple spots, and that thing is heavily scratched up. But I don't think that's enough any type of aerodynamic disadvantage.
Yeah, I don't think so either. He barely caught it, but that's unfortunate. He started up there, good restart after making up all that ground. He only lost about 3 or 4 spots there, but that's still one of those. That's more of just an aggravation as a driver. You're like, oh, I can't believe I just did that. Now I got to gain all this back and kind of just let it go, because it'll definitely wear you down and slow you up as well. But we'll see him come back through the field. You see, it's still side-by-side racing. John Adams, Nicholas Casey still leading the way. And Claude Ferlin, he's sitting there in 3rd. He started 25th, Jeremy. So he's been making a strong showing tonight as well. Yeah,
Claude definitely been performing up to his best. It looks like getting through Atlanta. Atlanta's a pretty tricky track. A little bit of 3 wide action there. Right behind Nicholas Moreau with 13, 46, 25. 25 makes the most of it, that being Tremblay. Tries to make a run on the 18. 18 closes that door. And 15, I think he actually has a little bit of that disadvantage with that door panel damage. He's just dropping back. I think he's lost another 4 or 5 spots since that wall contact. And to on his defensive side, you have a lot of stuff going around you on the racing track or race surface. Like, you have the cars around you, of course, and you maybe have some emotions about something, and then maybe you're thinking about the long run, that kind of thing. And then you never think about the little standard
He's
wall
disconnected.
like that. And
we just lost him.
I think hopefully he comes back.
No, he's manually disconnected.
Yep, that is graphical issues this week and potentially internet issues this week.
Man, just a bad luck. I mean, he dominated last week, had that issues we saw. He had to get out and come back in, and then this week was having such a strong run since the outside wall, and then connection issues. You just hate to see it. That's tough luck 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, 21, 22 trucks passed, gets the wall, and then disconnects by internet. It does look like at this point super unfortunate, but I'd like to turn the action back to, we got Nerd TV here with the 19 running really strong here. Richie Coy doing side by side by side. Got pretty impressive stuff and almost 3 wide here with the 14 on the top.
Yeah, that was a close little battle there, almost 3 wide, like you were saying. And Richie Coy, we saw him sitting there back there in about top 20, 21st, and now he's running in 13th. So had a little pissed off, probably made some adjustments, and having a conversation, I'm assuming, with his teammate Brody Hanna, who's sitting there running 3rd right now. Made his way back up into the top 3. So I could see him giving some pointers of what he's running, and it's definitely paying off for Richie as we see him coming through the field. Now he's in 12th.
Yeah, he's gained 6 spots since the drop of the flag, doing some, or making some good moves rather, and keeping the truck pretty well in tune. I haven't seen any issues with him. You know, just running a really nice, stable line. Setup's looking pretty good. Taking care of his stuff, and that's something you need to get the job done here at Atlanta.
Yeah, and those Fury Motorsports guys, they're such a great team. You hear them when they, have podium finishes. They talk about how much teamwork they use and the setup help that they all get, and then it shows. I mean, just look at the finishes they've been having. Brody's won, 3 out of the four, I believe, in the Cup Series, and then Richie Coy's won some here in the truck. So, and Tony Solari even as well. So that whole team's working great together. So it's showing in the performance. But as we see here, he's still trying to make a pass here, battling for the weapon spot here with Sherwood Wilford. So he's trying to move his weapon to that top 10. He's got to get by him and Casey McMullen there in the running 10th right now.
Just a pretty impressive run here for this big group of trucks, about 7 or 8 trucks in here, side by side, starting with the row of Richie Coy and Matthew Tremblay. Got the 46 right behind them. Simon Magden just clears the 14 of Lane Allen as well. And that 13, that nice chrome there, looking on the top side, making a good, pretty strong move. That Chris Stouffer trying to get to the outside of 14. He does on the exit of turn number 4, trying to take his spot to get inside the top 15.
Yeah, it's a good battle. I mean, right here, as we see on Nerd TV, I mean, this is the battle right now for the 10th spot. Everything in front of them is kind of single filed out right now. So your top 9 drivers have spaced out from each other. There's no real battle going on. You got John Adams still leading the way by 2/10, but this right here is the battle on the racetrack, and it's all for that top 10 right now.
Yeah, literally your front runner in this pack, Casey McMullen, is the top runner in 10th place. So everybody else is chasing for that 1 spot, which does get counted on the stat books as a top 10. So that's something that drivers like to strive for. You don't see a top 15, but you see a top 10 tally. So even though it's not worth too much, it's still kind of a notable stat there.
Yeah, and as kind of looking through the field and been watching these leaders battle it out. You got John Adams here still leading the way, but Nicholas Casey's been making a run on him. He's putting it within about a half a truck length or so, coming off these exits, and as they're heading into it, actually, he's still keeping up with them. So those two, we might be seeing a change for the lead here soon. As we see Claude Furlan too, I'm taking an eye on him. He's actually moved into the 3rd spot there and pushing Brody Hanna back, with Bobby Terrell looking to make a pass as well to get that 4th position away from Brody.
Yeah, took over 3rd place. That puts him up plus 22 positions from the drop with the green flag, which was just over 60 laps ago. Really impressive stuff here too. He's only 1.2 back from your race leaders, John Adams and Nicholas Casey, who are on their own little zip code at the moment. Let's see if Claude can maybe save something up for that long run. But since he's cleared the Brody Hanna there, he's kind of taken off with Bobby.
Yeah, got the 23 looks like back there, or not the 23. Sorry, the man, I'm blanking on the number right now, but it's 32. Sorry, I had it flip flop there. Andrew Palicki looks like he got a little bit looser coming off a 2, and kind of did the same thing that Gil Gauck did earlier in the run, where saved it going down from having any mishap, but lost some speed, scrubbed some tires, but that's okay. He's still running there in 9th position as they're still kind of fanning out. But Brody Hanna, he's kind of he's been under attack. He's lost 2 spots. He's about to lose another one from Wayne Grassi here.
Yeah, exact type of save there from Andrew Palicki next to turn number 2, and it seems to be a little bit of a trick part of the track. We've seen 2 or 3 guys get loose in the same exact spot. Doesn't matter if it's top or bottom, but that little section on exit of turn number 2 seems to be a handful for a lot of these drivers, especially as the run continues to get longer and longer and longer. And see right now, he's trying to get underneath the 23 this time. that being Wayne Grassy, and almost gets it cleared. And just had to choke up late corner exit. It's going to allow Brody to gain all that ground back.
Yeah, just, like you were mentioning, that coming off of 2 there, just have to check up. And that high side momentum is taking it. But you see it right here. He looks like he has it. And then just that top side, Brody's going to get him right back as they're going to be heading down the front. Still securing that 5th place. But good little battle here side by side. But right behind him, you got Alex Murphy. He's been kind of watching him. He's been going high, been going well. Seeing if maybe he can do a 2-for-1 on these guys as they're going side by side.
Yeah, he'd love that. Right now he's been Mr. Consistency. Started 7th, currently running in 7th, and just been kind of just doing his thing. Hasn't been like the front contender, but just really strong, stable run here up to this point in time. You see the 85 got a decent run on the 31 this time around, and yeah, Wayne Grassy just putting heavy pressure still on the 23's door. And in turn number 1 this time, they've been side by side for about 2 laps at this point. You see Brody get a really nice launch off of turn 2. The only thing helping Wayne at this point on turn number 4, you see the 85 once again dips down skill golf. Second time he's done that off the exit of turn number 2. Good save by him once again. It's actually Brody clears the 7 this time. What I was going to say is Wayne has that front stretch curvature to kind of keep him down to the door panel of the 23. But the back stretch, you just get such a huge run off turn 2, it's hard to keep up. Yeah,
and you were mentioning 31 there of Alex Murphy. Being consistent and started 7th, running 7th, and this is a good run for him. He's had a bit of some bad luck this season. He's 27th in the standings right now. It's a close little call there. 27th in the standings right now. Hasn't had a top 10 finish this season, so as we see, he's moving his way up into 6th place. So this is definitely a good run. What he needed to get this season kind of back under track and get rolling. As we see, there's still a good battle here. These top basically 5 through 9 here. They're all kind of within a second of each other, so good little battle between all of them.
Yeah, pretty decent. It's definitely entertaining to watch for sure. Gil Gawk just needs to kind of keep that truck underneath him, and he can kind of keep up. Wayne Grassy, turn 2 again.
Yeah, it's a close call.
There's that turn's getting really slicked up over there. That's the 4th time we've seen that in about 10 or 15 laps where we see someone just single-handedly get loose off that corner.
That might be, if we happen to see another caution come out, that might be where it's coming from. Everyone coming on the radio saying nice save by Wayne, because like you said, that was the 4th one that we saw here. I'm going to be kind of keeping an eye here on turn 2 because it's been hectic for him here in the last couple of laps that we've had.
Yeah, I'm going to keep my eye out as well. It seems to be where all the action's at, whether it be good racing or some saves or, whatever you name it. Looks like all the action's kind of centered here. We're going to get a quick replay glimpse of Wayne Grassy's save. Exit of turn number 2. Middle upper lane, just could not hold on to it. And you see it carried him all the way down just to the white line. And the 85 Gil Gawk, who just did that same exact thing a few laps prior, tries to take advantage of it and did not actually complete that pass. Actually, he did finally a couple laps later, but really good save there by Wayne.
Yeah, he finally got it back, and thanks for that spot. We'll take 1 or 2 as they're still not out of the weeds yet. But with all that happening, everyone else is kind of, Casey McMullen there. He's in 10th. He's not too far off of Wayne now, so he's kind of pulled his way back in. You have in 11th the Sherwood Wilford sitting there right behind him, Matthew Tremblay in 12th. So those 3 drivers have kind of made their way up to that pack of from about 5th to 9th. So that's growing. And then right behind them, you have 13, 14, 15, all the way back to 18th, kind of running there together as well. You got Richie Coy sitting back here, number 13, Chris Stover as well. So good little battles around the track, small ones. You have the leaders kind of checking out, but everyone else is battling for onesie-twosie spots here.
Yeah, and since everyone's kind of spaced out and doing their own thing, I think this is going to be a great time to get some sponsor plugs in. That's well-deserved. We're going to go to a quick commercial break and take you side by side on Nerd TV. We'll be right back.
you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. There's a reason that McConey Setup Shop is trusted by more virtual and real-world tracks and companies than any other setup shop in iRacing. With partners such as Stafford Motor Speedway, the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, Five Flag Speedway, Speed 51, and more. When you want something done right, you go to the experts at McConey Setup Shop.
With setups available for most series on both asphalt and dirt, built by a team of professional builders consisting of some of the top talents on the service, McConey Setup Shop LLC has what you need to hit the track with confidence. Head over to McConeySetupShop.com and learn why McConey Setup Shop is the official setup shop of Richmond Raceway Esports and is partnered with some of the largest names in virtual and real racing.
And remember, at McConey Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
All right, guys, welcome back. That was some well-deserved shout-outs from our sponsors out there in nerddom. We got a potential lead, or a second place change here. We got Nicholas Casey and Bobby Terrell. Terrell's put some heavy pressure on the 86, and then going back a few spots, we see a really strong battle here. 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th, all just underneath one blanket, Kenny.
Yeah, they've been having some good battles. Everyone else is kind of spaced out. Like I said, you did have a little bit of a change there for position, but yeah, that battle there between those 5 drivers has been kind of going on for the past 20 laps, I'd say. With the same drivers, you might have one like Alex Murphy kind of cut his way up through all those and push his way through. Brody Hanna kind of falling back. Those two swapped out, but as we see, Casey McMullen, he was back there a little bit further back in 10th, and now he's pounding by on the inside of Brody Hanna there. He's going to take 6th position away. So that pack's been a good one to be in all night, especially if you're Alex Murphy, who passed everyone and made his way to 5th place.
Yeah, basically, right? 32 actually got a little bit of looseness off turn number 2 once again. Kind of checked him up. So that's actually a 3-truck pack and then a 2-truck pack with Wayne and Andrew. And side note, too, during that commercial break, we didn't have a replay clip saved, but Brian Bliss, heavy damage. Turn 4 got loose and nailed the inside pit wall. His night is done. And it's super unfortunate for the 18 truck, but I just want to make a quick mention of that since that happened during our commercial break. But we see right now Bobby Terrell finally taking over second place. Been hounding the 86 for quite some time.
Yeah, Nicholas, he's trying to fight back, though. He's not trying to give it up too easily.
Yeah, he's running that upper line there, trying to get any type of run he can to, in which he actually gets a really decent run here on the 4. He's going to get almost to the rear bumper, entering turn number 3. You see him go really high once again as we got the tailgate cam here of Bobby Terrell. Really nice, solid shot here. You see him, he gets a really good run on the bottom, but then whenever you get up to the exit, that's where the draft and the speed, the momentum from the top really shows its face.
Yeah, you can just see Casey getting that run, and Bobby was fighting for so long to get around him, and he finally did. And Casey can get that run. I just don't. Bobby's got that truck that's just a little bit better here on the long run, as we saw before that last caution came out, right before the green flag pit stops. Bobby did the same thing. I think he made his way up all the way to second place. He's still about just over a second off of John Adams, who's been controlling this whole night. We've shown him, but we haven't shown him too much because this is what he's been doing on it. He's been out on an island by himself. Island Adams. He's just been on a tear, still about 1.2, almost 1.3 ahead of Bobby right now. But top 4 still spread out, and then even that pack that we were talking about, Jeremy, they've kind of spread themselves out as well. It's still the same. You still got Andrew, Brody, Christopher, Sherwood, Wilford all right there, but now it's more like 10th through 14th or so. I see the 85. Oh, we got a wreck here on the backstretch. Right as the 85 was coming on the pit road, looks like we had 2 involved. Let's see who we can get on that one. But yeah, I saw that as we were working on there. 2 of them were spinning. Did you pick up who that was, Jeremy?
Yeah, Simon Magden in the 46. Just they got into a 3-wide predicament on lap 86. Essentially, we had a really slow truck. Looked like Matthew Tremblay just got too tight on the exit of turn number 2, had to really whoa up. And then Simon just carried too much speed, also got tight and kind of squeezed it a little too much, and some door panel contacts, as we're about to see it here on your screen. We see the 25 right over here just really gets whoa up, and then slow motion action shot. Just look at him, just really tight sandwich here. Contact from the inside truck, that being the 19 of Richie Coy, and that's going to send the 46 around. 25 didn't get too much damage. 46 goes for a ride.
Yeah, and Richie Coy, they were all just kind of coming in motion, and when the 25 hit the wall, it kind of just collected everyone. But I think Richie Coy got away from that one, just a little bit of light touch, nothing to worry about. But that's not too bad. 46, I mean, he did take a little bit of a hard hit, not as hard as it could have been when he kind of hit that wall and spun out a little bit, so he won't have too much damage. We'll see if Zach Johnson might be, I think he's going to be that lucky dog winner here, so we'll see if he gets that Martin Sports lucky dog. Have to keep an eye on that, but so that'll put him back on the lead lap and give us 21 here on the lead lap.
Yeah, that'll definitely put him on the lead up, I'm pretty sure anyways. You saw that second angle there of Richie Coy making that contact to the 2 guys above him, which, sent the 46 around. 25. I looked at the 46 and 25. Both their trucks actually look pretty clean, for how many times the 46 went around. So I think they're just going to wipe off the dust off the body panel and send that thing back out. 4 fresh Goodyears, a full tank of gas. And we got about 40, actually like 43 laps, 42 when this thing goes back to green.
Yeah, and I think that was our 3rd caution of the night. So not too bad as far as the cautions go. Kind of the norm here, not having too many cautions, having a lot of green flag runs. And this was right as we were going to have another green flag pit stop. I mean, I think last time we had 1 come on, and then maybe we were about to have a second one come down pit road, and then there was a caution. We were about to have the same thing here. I know Gil Goff was about to come down pit road, and he got lucky, I guess, with that caution, because he might have been in a little mishap. But he's running 7th now with after that pit stop. So I think as we got through the board we got here, Jeremy, you kind of want to go through the field after those pit stops here?
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed that Gil Gawk has resumed in 7th place. That truck was bad loose. Hopefully he gets track bar adjustments to get that thing straightened up. But John Adams, I don't have to say it. You called him Island Adams. I actually really like that name. So for tonight, it's quite fitting. Just dominating the field. We got Bobby Terrell's going to be restarting in 2nd place. Nicholas Casey's going to be restarting in 3rd. You got Casey McMullen back up to 4th. 5th place, Claude Furland. 6th place, Alex Murphy. Just mentioned Gil Gawk in 7th. Wayne Grassy in 8th. Andrew Palicki. And then Chris Stouffer should be running out your top 10.
And then Brody Hanna is going to restart in 11th. Tires kind of wore off a little bit there on that run, so I expect him to his way up in the field. Sherwood Wilford's going to be restarting in 12th. Richie Coy is going to be 13th. Lane Allen, number 14, going to restart in 14th. 15th is going to be Matthew Gayringer. 16th is Kenneth Schultz. 17th, Simon Madgen. 18th, Zach McDaniel back on the lead lap. I expect the Zach attack to be back up there in the top 10 here shortly. Matthew Tremblay in 19th, restarting 20th. Tony Solari, and then I believe, looks we got a late one there. Mannix Richard kind of threw me off in 20th, kind of switching something up, but that puts us 21 back on the lead lap, Jeremy.
And then your Lucky Dog Reward winner, Zach McDaniel, going to be starting in 21st, 22nd, Steven Vrooman, Mark Durrell, 23rd, and everybody else is just 20 laps down or more. Looks like potentially out of this race, as most of them on that list. Quite a few names on that board, too. We saw the Nicholas Moreau with his issue with his internet, did not come back. It looks like he's done for the evening. Chuck Sweeting, hate to see it. He's way, way back there in 30th place. He'll be finishing. Just crazy. But we're about to go back to green flag. We're going to see our lovely flagman probably pulling out the green flag already because he likes to be really empty. Oh, look at that. He's got the caution flag out. Did not expect that as we're in turn number 4. Let's see when he pulls the green flag out this time. Out there it is. Yep, super early, but just doesn't want to wave it. That's fine. We know when the green flag is, though. If you got that iRacing I flag there, you can tell when it goes green flag for sure. But waiting for the actual official green flag is out. Right there it is. And John Adams actually has a decent challenge as Bobby Terrell kind of matches the start almost.
Yeah, Bobby Terrell's trying to drive that 4 Chevy Silverado here in the turn 1 and 2. But no, John Adams just going to have that power tonight. As you've seen coming off of turn 2, he's going to stress that lead. Going to bring, looks like, is that going to be, yep, it's going to be Casey sitting there. Nicholas Casey in the 86 is going to fall into 2nd place. So those two kind of been sitting there, but tight battle here as they're heading in 3 and 4.
Number 40, Claude Furlan, 43, Claude Furlan, they're running in 4th. Pretty good performance with him and Casey McMullen and a couple of the other guys. Claude started 25th. He's sitting in 4th. Casey McMullen right behind him started 26th. He's currently sitting in 5th. And these guys have shuffled through the field. Quite a few guys that started way back there. Finally out there in the top 5. And I think Claude might have something for these first couple guys. Not so much Mr. John Adams. He's on his own island, as you've said. But we got 3 wide action here, 13, 85, and 23. They kind of settle it out and go back to 2 wide.
Yeah, it's pretty good battle. As I was watching Gil Gawk as well, as I think we kind of got him here on their TV. He, that treacherous turn 2 coming off, it gave him a little mishap, got a little loose, and some had to check up, but many of them went around him there, so he lost a couple spots. Put him back to 10th, not too bad, but definitely lost a few as he's trying to go back around Birdie Hanna there and get that 9th place back under position. Good side-by-side battles, though, between a couple of these. You still have like your normal top 5. They're kind of going single file, but here in the mid-pack, seeing some battles. We might have a little 3 wide here, Jeremy.
Yeah, 3 wide for sure. Technically right now, Wayne Grassy sitting right in the middle of this sandwich of the 3 wide. They do not let go. They're still going to be 3 wide. Let's see what kind of run Birdie can pull on the bottom here with these fresh set of Goodyear tires. Almost clears the 7.
Ooh, right there, inside wall.
Oh, heavy,
hard hit.
Heavy. No caution because he's not in front of anybody. He got it going straight. No caution. That's huge. That is Richie Coy, I do believe. Yeah, Richie Coy. Heavy contact to that inside wall. Yeah. He is limping there into pit road.
Yeah, his motor is it's not too happy. It is smoking right now. So the night that, as we see here, looks like the 33 there of Sherwood Wilford just kind of came down off of turn 2 and got into him and put him into the inside wall. So Richie Coy's night just went from bad to worse in a hurry.
Just got body slammed. Looks like Sherwood just got loose off the turn 2, which has been the treacherous area, as we've noted tonight at Atlanta. And Richie Coy, it's one of those, I'm going to make some moves, but found himself in the wrong place, wrong time. We're going to see it live, or not live, but directly from his roof cam, and heavy contact to that left front. There's massive damage, at least the suspension alone, and you said there's some smoke coming out. That sounds like it's going to be nearly expired.
Yeah, we were just giving him some talks about him too. He was up to 13th place after the restart. Um, yeah, that's unfortunate. I think winning the race last week to having that happen this week, so it just shows the ups and downs. But yeah, I think his night's pretty much all but done. Yep, nope, he's manually disconnected. He is done for the night, Jeremy. So that's gonna put him in 21st. Definitely not what he was looking for tonight.
Not 21st, but first is now the action on the track. We kicked it over on the screen for you, and Nicholas Casey, Kenny, is putting huge pressure. We haven't seen this all night. The tracks might have changed a little bit enough for Casey to have a setup that's matching John Adams at this point. Bobby Terrell, you've seen him with that long run success. He's not letting go of the short run either. So this might be a different story here with just over 30 laps to go.
Well, and then look who's kind of slowly made their way up to the top 5. Chris Stouffer there. He's now in 5th place. He's looking to run down Claude Furlan there for 4th, which we know Claude's had a top 5 truck all night. So I expect him to definitely put up a battle. But yeah, Casey and John have on these short runs, or the restarts here, they've been pretty good. But yeah, Bobby's truck comes on late, so I expect him to definitely be up here battling within the next 15 laps or so.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine it too. It's almost you're tempted right now to hit the go pedal to make get all the money as you can right now. But 30 laps is still a lot. It's coming down. It's a 130 lap race. You've done 100 laps. Next lap by. You're anxious. You want to go, but you also know that Atlanta 30 laps is a long ways away, and you want to save those tires just a little bit longer, I would say. But yeah, this top 5, nose to tail, within 1 truck length apart, and I do think you're correct on that pick with the 13. He's looks like he might be getting to the 43 here in the next lap or two.
Yeah, he's coming on strong. They're still single file pretty much all the way back. We haven't seen this through all the way back to Sherwood there in 19th. Everyone's just single file, kind of tucked in. We do see a pass here back in the pack. Tony Solari and Mannix Richo battling it for 7th position right now. But everyone else kind of through the field, single file, kind of filling it out. Maybe, like you said, maybe saving a little bit toward the end to when they can really put the pedal down. Just kind of falling in line. I don't think we've seen the top 5 really this close, this far into a restart journey.
No, it's definitely been spaced out after a couple trucks, but right now they want to put a show on for us and for the fans that attended at Atlanta tonight. So Bobby Trail going to try to dip to the bottom here of Nicholas Casey for 2nd place. Almost gets his nose there, cannot get there off the exit. It was just such a good launch here on the top side. Nicholas did. He's going to take another stab at it. Bobby Rail just cannot do it. Not enough grip. We see Casey kind of take away some of that air off the nose, push him up the track a little bit, and maintain 2nd.
Yeah, and they're getting that run where you're like, okay, I'm going to get this lap. I think I'm going to get there, and then it just powers by. But he's going to keep working at it. We've seen Bobby doing this pretty much every run tonight, where he'll slowly start working his way on Nicholas here. Probably 3 or 4 laps on working on him, and then he finally get around him. I think we were talking about it last time right before that caution. He made his way around him after he was trying for so long. But this is kind of bringing in some other people. So we're going to have the 6th of Casey McMullen. He's kind of creeping into this picture of the top 5 as well. So that's bringing him closer. And he got a little bit of a gap back to Alex Murphy, about a half a second, a little over half a second more to them. But Casey McMullen's trying to shake it up here in the top 5 as well. He's gained 20 spots today.
Yeah, huge mover there for sure. And I know he's got a few more spots he wants to pick up. We know John Adams is going to be tough to pass, but all these other guys, they're racing pretty heavy here with about 27 laps to go to get this thing all squared away. And running side by side like this is only favoring one driver, and that's at 84 currently out there in the lead.
Yeah, he loves seeing what he's seeing in the mirror right now. Definitely wants to see him side by side as we say that they tuck back in single file. Maybe they realize that they're losing him a little bit, so they're going to try and reel him back. But the 43 there, Claude Furlan, he's had a strong truck tonight, and he's showing it. Like, he's looking on the inside right now. It's going to put him in 3rd place. He made that move on Bobby Terrell, so he's trying to make his way up and maybe shake some things up here late.
He was running there on the top side, kind of shoots it up midway through the corner, tries to get a good run. Actually, the 86 gave him some decent amount of room there. It's going to allow him to get to the outside. That's kind of I expect him to maybe cut that nose off, but you just see that huge run there in the middle of 3 and 4. Just completely takes him over there, and it's going to bring Bobby Terrell You're going to see Nicholas Casey fall back to 4th in 1 lap.
Yeah, I was expecting the same thing there, and maybe we'll give and take, and he let him go for it, which is good for him because he definitely gained on that spot, put him in 2nd place, and actually brought Bobby with him, like you said. So Nicholas lost a couple spots. Still going to keep Chris there in 5th, but it looks like we have Casey McMullen actually going on the inside right now of Chris Stover, trying to take away that 5th position.
Trying to find speed on that bottom, Casey is, and I haven't seen anybody use it correctly there on the bottom, just trying to pass somebody. You're going to have to do it on the top side. I do believe you see the 13, Stouffer just clear him with ease on the exit of turn number 4, no problem. Chris rather goes back to the top side, knowing that's where the speed's at. He actually ran a little bit too high, but he still got a pretty decent launch there. Lost time overall to the guys in front of him. I want to go back up to Claude there in 2nd. He's actually slowly gaining, if not maintaining, now on John Adams. So cool them tires off. Maybe Bobby can sit back with them for a few laps, and then they can finally make that push with just over 20 laps to go.
And we know that Bobby Terrell and Casey McMullen can definitely make their way to the front of this. Ooh, see a little bit of wobble there from Claude Furwin as they're coming off the 2. Because last year, Bobby won the race, led 49 laps, and then you had Casey led 62 laps. He led a lap high of 62 laps led. So those two definitely know how to get around here. So if they get up to the front and within those top 2 and battle for the lead, they might not want to let it go because they definitely know how to get around this place.
Yeah, and it's to the point where you don't want to give up anything, right? So we'll see. They're running hard right now, side by side. That's only going to be putting a bigger smile on John Adams' face. 43 gets a pretty decent run here on the exit of turn number 2, trying to recover from that little wobble that he had just a lap ago. Bobby Terrell, heavy move on the inside here. Has to apply the brake some to kind of keep it on the bottom of the racing surface. And that little momentum shift's going to bring the 43 back around to clear him at the start-finish line.
Claude Furwin making his way to 2nd place now, still making his way on the Bobby. I'd like to see him make a run here for John, but like you said, side by side, it's definitely going to push John Adams out there a little bit more and put him back on that island all by himself. So he's loving it. Furwin's not loving it. He's trying to catch him as much as he can. We're coming to 21. We're at 21 laps to go, getting ready to come to 20 laps to go here, Jeremy. The battle really right now on the track is for that 2nd position, and with Nicholas Casey sitting right there in 4th, he's kind of seeing what these two do, and he might capitalize on one of his mistakes.
We know Bobby Terrell's fast on this long run, so if he can just clear Claude here, if he can just get around him somehow, I think he's got a chance, though. He's running out of laps. He's got exactly 20 laps to go, 19 and a half if you count the half lap already ran. He's kind of restricted on time, so he needs to find a way to get around him, to have that clean air on his nose, to allow him to get up there in front. But right now, the 43 running the strong line, it's really holding Bobby from doing anything.
Yeah, he's taking Bobby's line away. As you said, 19 laps to go. John Adams has stretched his lead out to a 2nd, so he's loving every bit of this. He's trying to just pull away as much as he can as these two are going. You can see Bobby, he's trying to set him up to where he can get that run coming down the backstretch where he can maybe get the momentum to get him heading into 3 and 4. He's just not getting it all the way. Like you can see right here, he's going to take it down in there. It's just not going to be enough, though, to complete this run, and all that's doing is just letting John just pull away slow and steady, 10th by 10th.
He's going to have to apply the bumper, shove him down the backstretch, do something to just slightly nudge him out of the way, or maybe get a good run here in 1. He actually maintained the door panel, gets down to the white line, and just has to check up too much, and you're going to see the 43 with a decent launch here, and the 4 kind of with a very slight wibble as well. But I'm surprised he actually... Yeah, he actually kind of kept up with the door panel, got the side draft on the backstretch. They're still side by side. If he can do something here on this front stretch, turn 1... and just cannot do it. Just too choked up. But once again, he's not cleared of him entirely. He's going to take another stab at it right now.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I think as you see right here, the 86 there, Nicholas Casey's coming in. So he's going to make this a battle. If Bobby gives up that bottom, Casey might kind of fill the hole there. But I think I'm with you. I think you'd have to give him a little bump if you can head into 3. Maybe give a little, interrupt his truck there and make the move on the inside that way. But other than that, it's still John's just slowly gaining. As we see now, we got that battle there, basically 2nd to 6th. They're all within half a second of each other. Some good battle here between these 3 that we see on Nerd TV. still got Christopher kind of leading the way there in 4th place.
Yeah, good little battle, almost 3 wide there for a moment. Casey falling back to the clutches of Christopher. We see Casey McMullen trying to pass the 86. 13 got a little wobble there, does it? And Bobby Trail here on your screen has the best possible chance he's had this entire run to clear the 43. Temporarily does. If he can just slide in front of the 43, he's going to complete the pass, which he gives him the lane. Spotter must have not cleared him for whatever reason, and he's going to have to try to do this one more time. Throws in there kind of deep with the 43. Both stuck the corner nicely, and it's going to bring them back side by side. So close.
I thought he was going to do it myself. I thought he was going to pull up. And, I mean, at this time you have, you're coming the 15 laps to go. It might be that time where you just make that slide job and slide right up into him. And I know these guys race clean. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing with slide draw. If he had the move like he's going to do right here on this one, he's going to actually go up in front of him. He's going to make the move, going to secure 2nd position. Sitting about 1.5 seconds, 1.6 now back from John Adams. So Bobby needs to put the pedal to the metal, try and make up as much ground as he can if he wants to take this thing home again. We're back to back.
1.6 seconds, 14 laps. That's just over 1/10 a lap he is going to need. We're going to bring up the calculator, at least I am, and try to see if he's going to be able to do that as each lap does tick away. But that's a steep hill to climb. He's actually spaced the 43 by 3 to 4 truck lengths just that lap alone. As they come across the line, he has gained just around 1/10 that time.
That's
so
not going to be enough.
He needs just a little bit more, like 1/10 maybe 1/10 to get to the bumper and do anything for Mr. Adams.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to gain at least 0.2 a lap if he's wanting to catch him and have a chance at this thing. And right now we saw him do 1, so he might have to find a groove. He's got away from the 43. He doesn't have any pressure behind him, so now he can just look straight ahead. Doesn't have to worry about looking in that mirror. Can focus in on John and try to make that truck get a little bit bigger lap by lap.
This time around, he gets just 0.5 Not going to be enough. He needs to find some line around this track. He tries to move it up just to the bottom section of the middle lane, trying to find any extra speed he can. Everybody else is kind of single filed out at this point. That battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th dissipated just a little bit. They're still there, about a truck length gap. But right now, we're, at least for me, I got my eyes set on Bobby to see if he can do anything for Mr. Island Adams.
Yeah, Mr. Island Adams there. He's that island's getting a little bit smaller, but I don't know. I just don't think Bobby's going to have it in him. He does have a good late, run truck there, but I just don't think he's going to have enough to get there, unfortunately, unless we see something like a late caution or something like that, which is really going to shake things up, and then it's going to be a whole bunch of strategy. But we don't want to see that. We want to see a nice little clean finish here. See if he can run him down and kind of look. I was looking through the field there, see if we were having any battles, and had a little bit of the 32. Angel Palicki got a little sideways in 2 a couple laps ago because I saw some smoke. I wanted to see what happened. But everyone else is kind of just single filed out, spreading out. So, yeah, the one to watch is Bobby Trail. He did gain a little bit there, Jeremy, about 0.5 there.
Another 0.5. Still definitely not going to be able to make it. He needs about almost, or basically right at 0.2 a lap at this point, mathematically speaking, to get up there and do anything. So it's just a little too late there to get around Claude Ferland and make any type of stab at it. I'm sure Bobby was, or at this point right now, probably playing through his head, what could have he done different to get around him earlier? Also, that first caution, Zach McDaniel pulled down pit road, and then a caution came out, at a completely unexpected time. So anything can happen. We're not done yet. Some trucks are still running door to door. So, but it would be unfortunate to see this thing go yellow. I'd love to see it go green the rest of the way, and I know the 84 is hoping the same.
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely don't want to finish this. Ooh, says watching here, Christopher got a little loose there coming off of turn 4. Casey McDaniel's been trying to make a move here on Claude Ferland here for the 3rd place, and he's trying to do the same one that Bobby Terrell did, go on the low side and just slowly pick him off lap by lap, and he's been kind of doing the same thing that Bobby did, except he just can't really hold it in turn 1 and 2. Of course, there's a couple laps later, so those tires are definitely starting to give away just a little bit, but Claude's trying to hold on for that top 5. He's definitely, like I said before, had a top 5 truck all night, so he's just trying to keep it up there and maintain this good finish and good run he's had all night.
Yeah, he's been running really impressive tonight here at Atlanta, and Bobby Terrell 3/10 the past 2 laps. He's found a little bit extra groove. Hate to bring the action back to him over and over. You see the 71, actually, Case McMullen going low on the 43 for Claude, trying to take over that top 3 spot. That bottom, though, you got to have some magic to make that thing happen.
Yeah, and, either way, between Claude and Casey, I mean, great run. They both started 25th, 26th, running 3rd and 4th, so they kind of made their way up through the field together, it seems like. But
oh, John Adams, your race leader, hits the wall off the exit of turn number 4. A little bit of damage there on the right front tire there. It's going to bring Bobby Terrell another 2/10 ahead to under 1 second. And we have 6 laps to go. That little mental error could make or break this impressive run here.
That's definitely going to shake things up. In the back of your mind, you're like, oh, hopefully nothing happens to John Adams, but you don't want to have that broadcaster's curse. And, just thinking about it, maybe it just happens. But, yeah, this might tighten up the battle. We're going to be coming to 5 laps to go. We'll love to see where they're kind of running around. It does look like Bobby is gaining some ground. As we see on Nerd TV, he is getting closer to him as they're coming across the line now. That's going to put him 2/10, just over 2/10 faster that lap. So he's coming for him, Jeremy.
5 laps to go, and sometimes you get stuck in your head with your mental thoughts of how I'm going to get this thing done. And one little mental error, I've been known to do it myself, is when you get so comfortable sometimes, maybe just, like I said, overthinking one thing, and then that little slip up will cost everything. Really tight here on the exit of turn number 4. I thought he was going to hit the wall again. Looks like Bobby kind of followed him up as well. See it this time at the line, just under a half a second. So Bobby will be there. Yeah,
Bobby's coming. And this is definitely going to be a nice one. He's going to probably catch him here, and they're going to give him a lap or two, maybe even set up a run or get a move on him. And as we saw him trying to get around Claude, it wasn't as easy. So, John's, especially for the lead, John's not going to give it up. So once Bobby gets there, he's got to figure out quick what he's going to do if he wants to win this race.
Really tied off the exit of 4 once again. John Adams is struggling. I have to say, whenever Bobby gets to him, you're going to have to run that middle to upper groove. You can't give up the top because your truck's already tight. You have to pinch the guy down to tighten him up. There's just no other option. And see, Bobby is there. We're on board with him. Middle backstretch, 2.5 laps to go, and we're 1 corner away from potential lead change.
Yeah, it's John's just trying to hold on. He's been dominating all night. It's this turn 4, Jeremy. Turn 4 is going to be almost got into it. Looks like Bobby kind of had to check up there a little bit. That's actually going to help of John Adams. He's not going to lose too much, as Bobby Terrell didn't really gain anything that lap, and I think it was because it's coming off of 4 there. That's probably the best thing that could have happened to John Adams, as we got 2 laps to go.
Yep, exiting turn number 2. John Adams very thankful he got a better launch off of 4 that time, because that has been his kryptonite the past 10 laps or so. See Bobby get a really good run there on the backstretch with the help of Draft. They're both going to elect to run the bottom lane this time. Let's see if John can keep it down. Gets a really decent launch off of 4 once again, and I think he's kind of found that groove as they stay stationary with the white flag in the air.
Yeah, that was a great turn for both of them coming off of 4. That actually brought Bobby Terrell within another 10th. He's only 2/10 back now. He's going to have that draft, as you mentioned, coming in. We're going to have a little bit of lap traffic here, so hopefully that doesn't play a role. I'd imagine they'll get out of their way, but as we're coming down the backstretch one last time, heading into turn 3, looks like John Adams is still going to lead the way, but Bobby Terrell's pushing hard.
Yeah, that lap traffic could cause that 84 to get a little tight here. You see Bobby go to the middle lane. John Adams protects the bottom, keeps it nice and clean. And John Adams, the winner of the Atlanta 200, to complete the 5th race of the season.
Bobby Terrell finishing 2nd. Casey McMullen coming in 3rd. 4th is going to be Clyde Ferwin. And 5th, Chris Stover. 6th is going to be Nicholas Casey. 7th, Alex Murphy. Wayne Grassies are coming across the line. Brody Hannon 9th, and Matthew Gearing going to be 10th. So great run by all those guys. Kind of a little mix-up from what we've seen in the season, Jeremy, having some new top 10 drivers up here. As what I mentioned earlier, Alex Murphy, kind of Mr. Consistent, finished 7th where he started 7th.
Yeah, I mean, you can't... That's good, though. It's in the top 10. That's a decent points battle. We see Richie Coy had some issues. So there's going to be a little bit of a positive gain here in the pit or the point standings regardless. We're going to see 84 burn it down here. There she goes. Cooking them tires. There's not much left of that thing as you were seeing the last 10 laps. So he's going to cook the rest away. Get your burnout on, man. You deserve that one. But we're going to go ahead and go through the rest of the running order as well. Actually, we're going to watch him do a little bit more burnouts before we kick it over there for you guys. as the Martin Sports post-race show does go live. You see our mugs on the screen here. But we're going to go ahead and go through that remaining running order. 11th place, Lane Allen. 12th place, Simon Magden. 13th place, Gil Gawk, who was up and down in the field there with his multiple issues getting loose. 14th, Kenneth Scholes. 15th place, Mannix Richer. 16th place, Matthew Tremblay. 17th, Sherwood Williford. Tony Solari takes home 18th. 19th will be Andrew Palicki. And around out the top 20, Zach McDaniel.
Yeah, and it's going to be your first car. He's going to be 8 laps down. 21st is Stephen Verman. 22nd is Mark Dubois. 23rd will be Richie Coy. Tough race for him tonight. 24th is Brian Bliss. 25th is going to be Nicholas Moreau, who had that great run and then just had some more technical issues tonight. 26th, Jeff Langston in that beautiful Oreo truck. 27th is James Torrey. 28th is going to be Joe Flanagan. 29th, Brandon Elder. 30th is Chuck Sweeting. 31st is Martin Guerrero. 32nd is Sylvain Jolly. 33rd, Steve Loomis, and rounding out the field in 34th. It doesn't look like he made the field tonight, but that will be Ronald White.
Yeah, there's a couple of names back there. It's just super unfortunate, like your Ricky Coy and the Oreo machine, man. Hate to see it go 87 laps down to finish this thing out. But you can't be good every single race, and so we'll just kind of sweep that underneath the rug and try to get better next week. Hopefully, we can show up and get some revenge going to the field. But I'm gonna go ahead and check the channels here and see if we can talk to third place, Mr. Case McMullen. Snuck in there, got that top 3. Great performance by him. Let's see if we can grab a quick word with your third place finisher, Mr. Case McMullen. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
Man, hell of a run. 26th place starting, and you squeaked into the top 3 with just a handful of laps left. Did you make any adjustments on your setup to get to where you needed to go, or is that just was in your cards from the get-go?
It was the same setup I started with, so I didn't make any changes tonight.
Yeah, you looked like you were making your way through at the field, which was it's great to watch you come up through there, kind of sitting back there in 10th a little bit, and then just slowly made your way up through the field, 9th, 8th, 7th, and then finished with that top 3. I know last year you got second. You're trying to go a little bit further, but it's still an overall great run to get that podium finish. So congratulations on that third place, Casey.
Yeah, thanks. I messed up qualifying, so that put me way behind. Maybe could have had a chance to battle those guys up there in the lead if I didn't have to pass so many trucks tonight. But it was a pretty good set we had tonight.
It definitely showed, passing 23 trucks to get to the top 3. Congratulations once again on the podium finish. And as of each and every week, we like to ask you guys if you have any sponsors, anybody out there watching that you would love to give a quick shout out to.
Yep, Blackwater Products USA, Steve Barry, everybody at Blackwater, all of our affiliated teams, and everybody here at FTSR, you guys in the booth, the wife, the kids, and God. Thanks everybody.
Yes, sir. You are welcome. Congratulations once again on your third place finish. Go ahead and celebrate with the team. All right.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
You too. Thank you.
That was Casey McMullen, third place finish of this evening with a pretty impressive performance going from 26th to 3rd. It's almost like we see a trend, Kenny, where people start in the back and end up in the front. Like, I almost feel like it's a strategy. Nothing in my playbook you will ever see, but I might have to put it as a little asterisk now on the bottom of the page. But
yeah, you can see that was Case. He got 3rd last year, and then our second place is actually, that's 2 weeks in a row. He's got 2nd place as well. That's going to be Bobby Terrell. I think we got him too. We can bring him up in the booth and see if we got a copy here.
Yes, we do. Bobby Terrell, do you got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got y'all.
Congratulations on the runner-up position, man. You that long run truck was definitely dominant. I want to take you back to Claude Ferlin there, trying to get to 2nd place. Walk us through what could have maybe done different to get there a few laps early to get some pressure onto the winner, John Adams.
Yeah, Claude held me up a little bit there, but I mean, it's just racing. I mean, he was running the line. I mean, I was trying to get around him. It was a good race. I mean, I knew I can't remember. I knew my truck was good on the long run, but I knew it was coming in, and I said, I got to go. I said, John's getting out there too far. And I worked on him several laps. I mean, and finally got him. I think he used up his stuff a little bit, trying to hold me off. But uh, just a little short. Almost caught him.
Yeah, we knew we were gonna be strong. Winning the race last season, being strong up there, like you said, in that long run, we thought you might have something for him. Especially when like you said, you mentioned he burned up his tires a little bit, probably trying to stretch out from you there when y'all were battling it out. But you almost got him there and went back to back here at Atlanta. But it was a great overall run, good points day for you. Bringing second place 2 weeks in a row. So congratulations on that. It was a heck of a run there.
Oh, thanks a lot, guys. Like I said, it just I don't know if I passed a lot of trucks. To me, it seemed like it anyway, because I think I fell back to eighth, and then, gradually worked my way back up. But man, I had a blast. It was just fun. This is a driver's track. It's slick. I mean, you have to wheel that thing. I knew me and John was matching laps there for a little bit, uh, but I was trying, and then when he brushed that wall there with a few to go, and then I think I got closer to him, and then I got loose once, just overdrove it a little bit. But congrats to John, awesome win.
Yes, sir. Speaking of the Atlanta comment you just made, what's your thoughts on this new rendition once it comes out?
I hope they keep the old one. We'll have to see how it races for sure, but I'm afraid it's going to be really grippy and really fast, and it'll lose a lot of character. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, I know NASCAR is bringing out the restrictor plate package in all three series, so it's going to be a little bit slower. Kind of curious, but kind of excited at the same time for a change. But I really love this track as well, like you do. That being said, though, any quick shout outs to sponsors? Anybody watching out there on their TV tonight?
No, just a shout out to you guys for the job y'all do doing this, and then shout out to the league for putting this on for us, and congrats to John on the win. Awesome win.
Yeah, appreciate those words there, Bobby. Yeah, congratulations once again on runner-up podium position. Go ahead and celebrate the team, man.
Thank you.
And that leaves only one person left, which we're going to bring Mr. As you dubbed Kenny, Island Adams. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How y'all doing?
Doing fantastic in the booth, and congratulations on getting the win. Didn't come with any little late race controversy there when you found the outside door panel being hit with the turn 4 wall with just a handful of laps to go. When that happened, what were you thinking?
Man, once that happened, I was like so mad at myself because I'm like, I kept my truck clean the entire race until like 5 to go, and I decided to slam the outside wall, and I was yelling on my stream. I'm like, man, I can't believe I just did that. I lost a second to Bobby, and I'm like, man, like I don't know if I can hold him off because I don't know what this damage model does on this build yet. So I'm still trying to learn that, and I don't know if I just barely tapped it where I just had just a little bit of damage or what, but I mean, I had just enough to hold them off. So that was good, but I just wish that never would have happened because I probably could have finished maybe a second ahead of them, if not a little less.
Yeah, you definitely had the strong truck for the night. I mean, you led 129 of 130 laps, so almost a clean sweep there. And yeah, we were watching as soon as you got in the wall. We're like, oh, this might get interesting. It looks like you might have got a little tight there too, coming off of 4 after you hit the wall a couple times. You kind of got close, but yeah, I think you're right. If you wouldn't have got into that, you would have had at least a second lead possibly because you were about a second and a half when that happened. But overall, great run tonight. Like I said, almost led every single lap tonight, so that's one heck of a run you had.
Yeah, man, I kind of botched my qualifying lap there just a little bit. I probably could have got a little bit of a tenth quicker there, and I probably would have took the pole. And then possibly, I didn't know I was going to lead 129 of 130. That was not the plan at all tonight. I was actually looking forward to green flag pit stops because I love green flag pit stops. It's like my favorite. But, of course, that didn't happen for us tonight up front. But, like overall, that was a good race. I really enjoyed it. And, to be honest with you, this is like my third least favorite track. And this is my hometown, Georgia. But this is like my least favorite track. And I don't know, man. I kind of like it now, it's crazy. My first ever broadcasted race ever in sim racing was at this track at Atlanta in FTSR in 2008. And here we are in 2022 at Atlanta. And I just won this race on the broadcast. So, it's just crazy how things work out.
It might have to become one of your favorites.
Oh yeah, for sure. This is one of my favorites now, alongside of Indianapolis and Pocono for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say with that kind of performance, you cannot call this not one of your favorite tracks, especially with that stat going back to 2008, same league. That's a long time. That's awesome, man. But yeah, congratulations once again. Anyone out there on your TV that's watching, you want to give a quick shout out to?
Yeah, man, I like to give a shout out to my sponsor, Shenandoah Shine. You can go to shenandoahshine.co. They actually have a bunch of iRacing apparel, hats, whatnot out there that you can get. That's all about iRacing. Like, they're a pretty cool group of guys. So just go follow them, Shenandoah Shine on Twitter. And then I like to give a shout out also to my stream, twitch.tv/John84Adams, JON 84 Adams. And then also the setup that won this race tonight is actually built by Elite Performance Industries. So I'd like to give a shout out to Elite and Dustin Hall putting this machine together tonight, because I did not make any tweaks at all to this setup. And you see what the outcome was. So shout out to Elite Performance. I appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Congratulations once again. Go ahead and celebrate with the team and enjoy the rest of your night, man.
Appreciate you. We'll go pop some tops on some Miller Lights.
I saw
There
that.
All right. That was your first place finisher, Mr. John Adams. And Kenny, overall thoughts of the Atlanta 200 as the fifth race of the season winds down?
I should have just called it the John Adams 200. I mean, he led all but one lap, and like you said, I think as you heard him, he said if he would have had a better qualifying lap, he might have led them all. A little bit of Jeff Burton there, just New Hampshire style, just lead every single lap that you can. But it was a good race overall, good battle, and he doesn't like that he got into the wall late. I liked it because it set up a good little finish there where it came close. So I think it was a great race. What about you?
Yeah, the more controversy, the more action on the track, the better. I think in our perspective, they don't like it, but we love it, as you said. So, Atlanta doesn't let down typically, and with the guys over at Full Throttle Sim Racing, it definitely did not let down again tonight for me. I am personally, this is one of my favorite tracks. Top 5, if I see it on the schedule, I get excited. So, great race overall in my book. And, we actually have some people we want to thank one last time before we end this thing out tonight. Full Throttle Sim Racing, of course, the league that we're watching right now on Nerd TV. As you said from John, he's been here since 2008 on a broadcasted race. It is now 2022. That is 14 years being in this league. If that doesn't tell you about the league, then I can't sell it anymore. If a guy's been there for 14 years, you know they're doing something right behind the scenes. So please check them out in all their racing series. FTSR.net. You got Sim Racing Points, which was your official results sponsored tonight alongside the Truck Series as well that you just got done watching here. It's that admin's best friend for the website to kind of customize how your points look on the website. Quick export, couple buttons and boom, everything's updated. Everyone can look at it live on your website. Check out all their pricing plans at simracingpoints.com. And they have Martin Sports, home of the sim gloves of all sim racing, with hats, t-shirts, hoodies, and nerd swag. Kenny showed up his gloves here. I'll do the same. Go check out all their products. Nerd swag, definitely keep an eye out on that. If you like Nerd TV, you're going to like the apparel even more. That's going to be martinsports906.com. And that's going to be super nerd at checkout for 25% off. And then iRacingIFlag.com as well. The track lights brought to your home. Kenny has it on his keyboard, and he's a little bit of a cheater there, but they have it as like a nice system on the side. You can get the LED strips, multiple ways you can bring that home, or the package to your home, rather. Super nerd at checkout, too, 15% off. So once again, iRacingIFlag.com. And then thebuttkicker.com. Look up that Gamer 2 unit. We have a nice review on YouTube by producer Dustin. It's about a 24-minute video. Gives you all the ins and outs of that product and more. Use promo code NerdTV, 20% off on everything on your checkout. And that will wrap it up, guys. We will see you guys next Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern. We're going to get the schedule up on the screen for you so you can see what to expect as we close out here. Circuit of Americas, Kenny. That's a road course. How do you like that track?
First, this is the Cup Series, so we're gonna actually go to Atlanta. We're gonna run that one first, but then I am ready for Circuit of America. That road course is always gonna be exciting. So see what they do here, Cup Series in Atlanta, and then Circuit of America after that. But then we'll be at Circuit of America next Wednesday here, so looking forward to that one too. So we'll get a little bit of both here next week.
Yeah, definitely. A good catch on the schedule there. Yeah, next week, Wednesday, you will see the road course finally in action with these trucks. I can't wait. But until then, guys, stay safe out there. Get your nerd on. We'll see you Monday.
Later, nerds.